All right, hello and welcome to today's edition of Cafe Diversity. As always, I'll be your host, Sarah Nada. Today's show is brought to you by WCG-TV and Westman Immigrant Services. Today we're doing something really special and really exciting. We're actually filming on location at the Habitat for Humanity ReStore here in Brandon, Manitoba. So I've got a really special guest with me today. If you just want to sort of give a little introduction as to who you are and how you're related to the building, that would be great.
Okay. My name is Ryan Nestabo, and about a year and a half ago was asked to join the steering committee for getting the new Brandon chapter of Habitat for Humanity up and running. And as chair of the ReStore committee, was responsible in part with the committee to get the ReStore up and running as well, which is basically a part of Habitat for Humanity and responsible as an alternative source of raising funds to build new houses.
All right, thank you very much. So I've heard a little bit about Habitat for Humanity, and I don't really know a lot. So what can you tell us about Habitat for Humanity? What is it and what do they do?
Well, Habitat for Humanity is a worldwide organization, and essentially they build affordable and safe housing around the world for working and low-income families, especially families with children. And it gives those families a sense of ownership and just a wonderful place to raise a family.
All right, perfect, thank you. So how then is the ReStore different from Habitat Humanity as a whole? Is it like sort of a sub-chapter of it, and how does that work?
Yeah, the ReStore essentially is a place where people can come for home renovation products. You're typically going to find deeply discounted products. We rely a lot on corporate donations and individual donations. So if you're looking for tile or windows or tools or anything like that, the ReStore probably is one of the first places you should check out. And basically, any excess cash flow that the ReStore generates goes right back into the building fund for Habitat for Humanity so that we can build more homes.
All right, cool. That's really interesting how they're all related and things like that. How long has the ReStore been in Brandon? Is it something new? Has it been here for a while? What's the history on that?
Well, the official ReStore, our grand opening was in January, and this really is the first official ReStore that we had in Brandon. And in January was our grand opening, and we've been in business now essentially for a few months. And it is new. It's a wonderful location here on Rosser Avenue. We lease the space from Helping Hands organization as well, and it's been a great partnership working with them. But yeah, it works really well.
All right, cool. Was the ReStore in Brandon sort of unofficial before? Because I have heard that it's been here for a while, but you're stating that January was your grand opening of the official ReStore. So what's the difference?
Well, there was an affiliate, Habitat for Humanity, in years prior. That was wound down, and they had a store as well, sometimes referred to as the Duck Barns. But it is a little bit different now that we're under the chapter format. So in other words, Brandon chapter. We're now a chapter of Habitat for Humanity Manitoba. And we actually have 3 ReStores in Winnipeg as well as this one. But it's a little bit different that way because we're under the chapter format. We essentially can call ourselves an official ReStore.
All right, cool. So it's like we've graduated, right? We're now official. So what was the process like to go from being an unofficial, for lack of a better term, ReStore to becoming an official chapter location?
Well, I guess it has to do with, I guess it's a tricky question to answer. It has to do with just, we have a lot of resources in Winnipeg. They've been running 3 ReStores in Brandon or in Winnipeg for quite some time. They really know what they're doing. They have we have some amazing resources. Habitat for Humanity Canada we essentially have access to 2 warehouses across Canada that will allow us to source this wonderful product from corporate donations to essentially stock the store. So that, I think, is one of the main differences, is that we can in fact access these warehouses across Canada, and even product that the ReStores in Winnipeg may have too much of, well, we're able to access that as well.
All right, that's awesome. So then they don't have too much and it goes unused. Now we're able to send it out to more people so that they can get access to it.
Yeah, and the sharing goes both ways too. If we have too much here, we'll share with the stores in Winnipeg.
That's great. So we all play nice together.
Yeah.
That's good. I like to hear that. Okay, so we're going to go for a little walk, I think, and take a look at some of the things that are here in the ReStore, because we've talked a lot about, you know, home hardware and things like that, but it's nice to get an actual look at what's going on. Okay, so over here near about the front of the store, we've got some products here for display. I can see we've got some scrubbing bubbles, some refill kits, and they're actually pretty decently priced, I must say. It's probably cheaper than Superstore. Got some textiles as well, most of what looks like could be curtains and upholstery and things like that. So Ryan, when these things come into the ReStore, where do they come from and what would people use them for?
Well, this was part of a truckload of product that came in actually before we started, or before we opened the store. And we had a couple of pallets full of this fabric material. And part of the job beforehand was actually to get volunteers to cut up the fabric. They came in rolls, and we cut them into about 16-foot lengths, fold them up and sell the stuff for $10 a pop. And people will use them for anything from reupholstering to making curtains, as you mentioned, and just whatever variety of product that someone that has the ability to do that stuff and work with it can use. And with scrubbing bubbles, yeah, if you are a fan of scrubbing bubbles, this is the place to come and refit your toilet with this amazing product.
I think Scrubbing Bubbles just got some free publicity out of this. This is great. All right, cool. So this has been the front of the store. Let's move on next to see what else you guys have got here.
Okay.
Okay, so over here in about the middle of the store, we've got some other houseware and house hardware sort of products. So what are we looking at here, Ryan? What have we got?
Well, we have cabinet doors to no end, $5 each. And if the sizes fit, there's might be enough to do a whole kitchen. And in many cases, we try to keep the pricing simple. So no matter what the size is on the rack there, $5, and you can have your very own kitchen cabinet door.
All right, great. Everyone knows kitchen cabinet doors can be one of the most annoying things to find because sometimes it just doesn't look quite right. So we've got lovely cabinet doors, and we have got what looks like to be a huge expanse of tile. Now there's all kinds of tile here. Maybe you can give us some highlighting points there, Ryan, of what you've got here.
Yeah, absolutely. We have actually quite a nice selection of tile, from your very basic to the quite nice looking tile as well. I mean, it's all nice looking, but it's priced very favorably. And you know, we might not always have enough of a certain kind to, let's say, do a whole home, but certainly enough for a project for a couple of rooms in a home. And again, you're able to buy the tile instead of in the whole package. If you want to just buy per tile, you're certainly welcome to do that here in the store. And so we have a fairly good selection of that. So if you're doing any sort of home renovation project, want to do a floor or want to do a kitchen backsplash, we have some marble as well for backsplashes. This again is just a real great place to start, to start taking a look around the ReStore first.
Yeah, for sure. Like we looked at before, we've got some really nice looking pieces of tile here. Even if you're just looking for, just like you were saying, just the backsplash in your kitchen, why make the whole house look exactly the same? It's nice to give it character in different areas. And you guys really make it easy to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and just last week, for example, we got a palette of even more tile. And there's some pretty nice designs and colors that there's probably something here for everyone if you're looking to get some ideas at least.
All right, perfect. Now, the ReStore is more than just cabinets and scrubbing bubbles and tiles. You've got appliances and bigger ticket items as well. So why don't we go take a look at that next so we can show people some of the things that get donated here.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds great.
We can go for that. Okay. Okay, so as well as cabinets and tile, we've got some fabulous doors here as well. As you can see, there's quite a lot of different doors that you can pick up here. So Ryan, where did these doors come from?
Well, we have a really good supplier in Winnipeg that supplies the ReStores in Winnipeg as well. So that's where all of our interior doors come from for the most part. And in addition to that, for example, when we first opened the store in January, we had quite a few exterior doors as well. They happen to go quite quickly, and that's the thing with this store, is that you never know what you're going to find in here. All of a sudden we'll bring in a shipment or a load or get a donation, and there'll be something new. So it's sometimes we get people that will come in on quite a regular basis because you just never know what's going to be in here.
All right, yeah, you don't want to miss that awesome looking door that maybe you've just been looking for, or as well, all of these fabulous windows. Now, all I see, windows, windows, windows. And I mean, everyone knows windows can be very expensive, but they are probably one of the things you should pay attention to replacing first, right?
Absolutely.
To cut down on your costs. So where did all of these windows come from?
Well, when we first opened the store, actually it was in December before, we had a whole semi-load of windows donated to us from a manufacturer in Winnipeg. And actually that was all, they were all hand bombed out of the semi-trailer, and took a lot of volunteers to do so, but just a wonderful selection of windows. So if you're replacing a window, or you're looking to perhaps do some renovations or build a property on spec, we have windows here that are highly discounted, but for the most part, brand new. And really just a wonderful selection, a whole semi-load.
That is a lot of windows. I'm trying to imagine it, and I don't know if I can. I've never seen something that large before. Okay, so windows, doors, you could build your whole house here, which is kind of the point, right?
Absolutely.
You can definitely do that.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff too, if it wasn't donated to a store like this, a lot of this might end up eventually in the landfill. And so that's part of what the ReStore is about too, is reducing the amount of material that go to a landfill, because here there's something for everyone.
Right, for sure. I know lots of people who are doing renovations or thinking about doing renovations, but they don't, because they're like, well, I don't want to have to throw that window away, or I don't want to throw that vanity away. I'd rather do something with it, but then they feel like they don't have the time. So while we're actually on that topic, say I had something at my house, something big, maybe it's not going to fit in my car, and I want to donate it to the ReStore. How can I get it here?
Well, as the store builds and as our volunteer base builds, we'll be more able to pick up on-site donations. For the time being, it just depends on who's around, what vehicle is available. One of our main priorities is to get a vehicle that we can have on site here for our volunteers whenever the opportunity arises that we have the ability to come and pick up. In the meantime, we appreciate if people who are donating can drop off material. But last Saturday, for example, I was able, we had some volunteers in the store, and I was able to actually make a delivery and a pickup of donated materials.
Wow, that's great. So if I'm looking to donate or get a delivery, I guess in this example, would I just call and see what could be arranged, or how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call. The phone number for the store is 204-717-0770. There's also a website, habitatbrandon.ca, which can give you some details as well. And now the store is open basically from noon to 5 every day, Tuesday through Saturday. So there's lots of opportunities to pop in and ask and inquire whether an item could be donated or not, or whether it's acceptable for the store here.
All right, perfect. Okay, well, let's go take a look at some of the appliances that you've got hiding around here, and then maybe we'll look at a couple other bigger items that I saw when I first walked through in the back.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome. All right, and you can't build a house if you don't have a sink, right? Everyone needs one. I see we've got some lovely sinks here. Looks like kitchen sinks, maybe bathroom sinks. What about these, Ryan? Where did they end up coming from? Do you know?
Same thing, part of another truckload of material that came in from Winnipeg, and some of it was actually from a warehouse that Habitat has in Ontario. We had a whole truckload of material come in from the warehouse there as well. So yeah, we have a bunch of brand new sinks, some used sinks in there as well, kitchen and bathroom sinks. Basically, again, anything you find here, you can pretty much get everything to and including the kitchen sink for your home renovations.
Okay, I see here we've got a really good collection of appliances. We've got some ovens on this side. We've got a dishwasher, a washer, a dryer. So there you go. You've got the whole kit and caboodle. So Ryan, I know you're saying a lot of these items are donated to individuals and things like that. But when they're coming from individuals, what kind of condition do they arrive in? Because these are looking pretty good.
Yeah, well, we like to use the term gently used. This particular set of washer, dryer, and dishwasher was all an individual who donated. And sometimes when the material comes, when products come in or a donation comes in, one of the neat jobs for a volunteer to do is perhaps just clean it up, clean some of the dirt and grime off of it. It looks even newer, and it looks even more attractive to buy at a fantastic price. So these three items here are in fine working condition, but to go and pick up a dishwasher or a washer dryer for $50, it's a pretty good deal. But that's just one of the many jobs that, as a volunteer, that you can do in the store. There's so many. You can be a jack of all trades. If you're a handyman, if you like cleaning, if you like to greet people as they come in the store, if you'd like to get some exercise, to go and pick up some donated items or help stock the floors or anything. There's really no limit to the types of jobs you can do as a volunteer here. It's just a wonderful experience. Or, if you just want to come out and check out the store and have basically a volunteer orientation, myself or one of our other volunteers or our manager can give you a tour and show you a little bit about how the store runs, and then you can make your own decision as a volunteer when and if you'd like to come down and help out sometime.
Okay, no, that's really good. I know a lot of people, especially with my work at Westman Immigrant Services, they need that Canadian work experience. And sometimes businesses just aren't willing to hire them because they don't have the skills or the knowledge yet, right? So it's kind of that vicious circle. But would you say that maybe coming here and volunteering some of their time would be a good way to get that experience?
It's a great way to get what you would call retail experience. And absolutely, it's fantastic to just get familiar with how a retail store, even though this is a part of a nonprofit organization, it's a great way to get some retail experience that would be applicable to any job in that industry.
Right, perfect. Okay, so let's take one last look at some of the bigger stuff that you've got in the back. I saw something pretty fun back there. And then I believe up at the front, we've got some tools and some other nice little things that we can take a look at. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, and here at the back, we've got some more bigger ticket items as opposed to just windows that you've got here. I see we've got a corner shower, we've got a couple bathtubs, and some more tile. What else have we got back here, Ryan?
Yeah, as you can see, some oversized bathtubs, more tile, gorgeous actually. This tile is, there's two different shades of green, some shower bottoms. Over a little bit is beside that, we have some PVC roofing, actually, if you can believe it. It's PVC shakes. So if you're looking to perhaps put a roof on a doghouse or a shed of some sort, that stuff will last forever. And we also have some furniture back in this corner as well, including a lot of office chairs that were donated and came in from Winnipeg just recently, and a little bit of everything. Usually the furniture actually has a tendency, it'll come in, but quite often moves out pretty quickly. you'd be surprised of what's been in and out here in the furniture section over the last couple of months. We even have a gently used furnace in still working condition that's available. This is a nice item that we brought in just a couple of weeks ago, and it's a nice piece of wood. And we have some kitchen tables, and at different times we have different stuff in here. We'll get some gently used couches and chairs, and some spare windows in amongst the back here. And as I mentioned, it's a work in progress as we organize the store and make it even more inviting for customers.
Yes, for sure. And I can see you've got some nice quality office chairs too. So I mean, if someone's looking, maybe they're starting their own business and they're setting up their office, they can come here and get the supplies for that. Nice couch. Maybe you've just moved out for the first time on your own. You need something to sit on because cardboard boxes are not comfortable for a long period of time. So I have a question for you. What is the strangest thing that you've ever seen come into the store? I'm very curious about this.
Oh gosh, that would be hard to answer. I guess one of the most interesting things, we had a corporate donation, or sorry, an individual donation of a teak table, a table that was made of teak and manufactured, I believe, in the Netherlands. And anyways, somebody spotted that and got a fantastic deal. It was a huge table, and it's just one of those things where we only had it out for a day, and it was gone. We had a fellow come in, he looked underneath, saw where it was manufactured, and snapped it up real quickly.
Wow, I can only imagine. I'm actually kind of jealous I was not here that day because I bet that was really cool. All right, so we've had a good look at the main part of the store. You've got some storage and some more supplies in the back. But if we're going up to the front of the store now, you've got some smaller ticket items there that we can take a look at and see how those go.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go take a look.
Okay.
All right, and when we're talking about outfitting a house and finishing it off, nothing works better than light bulbs. I see you've got quite a good selection of bulbs here. And there's some pretty decent sizes too, LED and everything like that. So what can you tell us about some of the things that we've got here, Ryan?
Yeah, well, first off, the light bulbs, we actually have a whole pallet full. This is just a very small portion of the brand new LED light bulbs that came in. So if you're looking to replace a light bulb or do your own or your whole home, it's a great place to come take a look. We also have some bathroom and bath towel holders, everything you can think of, from doorknobs to cleaners to paint, and some shop equipment, sunscreen, weed killer, anything you can think of. And it's just, that's the neat thing about this store. There's always something. There's always might be a little bit of a surprise when you come in, and you'll never know what's going to be on the shelf. We also have some shovels and rakes. The rakes, of course, this time of year is perfect for doing some renovation or some cleaning around the yard. We had a nice donation of snow shovels earlier last month, and anyways, we have a few of them out on stock in the display area here, even some kids shovels, and we do have a couple of more pallets full of snow shovels in the back that we'll likely bring out closer to next winter. And then on the other side of this area too, we have lots and lots of tools and garden tools as well. So whether it's you need something for your trailer, on your truck, or whether you're looking for a brand new set of screwdrivers or some garden tools, we have it here. We have some nice cabinet door handles as well, brand new still in the package, but all at a very good price.
All right, perfect. I mean, really, if you take a look at these garden tools, you've got trowels here and the little rakes, and they're all only $1 each, and they're not flimsy. These are sturdy. These are hard. These are going to get those rocks in your garden out so that you can plant the pretty flowers.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic.
And the gloves as well.
Yes, can't damage our hands. That would be very, very important. All right, cool. So we've had a really good insight here into the the whole ReStore. Thanks very much for having us. Right before we go, we'll maybe take a quick trip outside so people can see what it looks like from the street. Sure. And maybe reconfirm what those hours are so that people know when they can come.
Great.
All right, fabulous. Thanks. All right, now we've got a nice shot of the outside so people will know by view what the store looks like, because we can talk about it all we want and show the inside all we want, but people need to know how to get there. So Ryan, why don't you give us an overview of our exact location and maybe just remind our viewers what the hours are.
Yeah, our exact location is 630 Rosser Avenue, just a block down or half a block down from the Brandon Public Library. Our hours are noon to 5. Tuesday to Saturday now, so that's throughout the summer. We'll be open Tuesday to Saturday from noon to 5. So if you're interested to see what the store has to offer, come on down while the store is open. If as a volunteer you might want to check out the store, see if it might be a neat place to come and donate some time, that would be wonderful as well.
All right, perfect. Well, thanks very much for having me here today on location. Everything is very fabulous. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap it up today?
I guess at the end, all I'd like to say is Habitat for Humanity is a wonderful cause. Again, building homes for people, and the ReStore, and coming and shopping and checking out what the ReStore is all about is, in a sense, a way to give back and essentially donate to the Habitat for Humanity cause.
Perfect. Well, thanks very much again, Ryan, for having me here. It was quite fun.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, so thank you to all of our viewers out there. This has been today's edition of Cafe Diversity. As always, I'm your host, Sarah Nada, and today's show is brought to you by Westman Immigrant Services, WCG TV, and now the Habitat for Humanity ReStore. Thanks very much and have a good day.